once again in Italy. I understand that Empoli will be home to Lecce, Udinese will play Atalanta, Torino plays Juventus, and AC Milan will be home to Cagliari. Those are fixtures for you coming from the Italian Serie A. Sunday kickoff, early kickoff in Italy. Genoa will play Parma, while Inter Milan visit Venezia. Bologna face Roma, and Napoli welcome Hellas Verona. Let's come back home to Nigeria, where the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) is on break and will resume on the 25th of this month. But at the moment, Remo Stars are in the lead after 19 rounds of matches. The Kenya-based club have amassed 36 points, having won 11 games, drew 3, and lost 5. Well, they are closely followed by Rivers United, who have 34 points after 9 wins, 7 draws, and 3 losses, while Shooting Stars are in third with 33 points. Enugu Rangers and El Kanemi Warriors complete the top 5 teams in that order in the NPFL. Vincent Akimbami is a football administrator who follows closely the Nigeria Professional Football League. He's live on the program at this time. Vincent, glad to have you on the show. Let me start by asking you, it's a 1-2. It's been a 1-2 between Remo Stars and Rivers United. I mean, these are teams that are managed by coaches who have affiliations with the Nigerian Super Eagles. I mean, what would be your projection in the second stanza of the league?
If we have to look at the teams, the first 5 teams, you all agree that among all of them, Remo Stars have been consistent in the last 4 years. A team that came third in 2022, they came second 2023, and came second also last season. And right now, they are topping the table. They've shown that, yes, it's time for them to actually lift the trophy. But like I said some weeks back, I think the league is still very, very open. Looking at the fact that Remo has 36 points, and the teams, the next 3 teams that are behind them, of course, they have between 23 and 27 or so. So I think it's still very open, but except if Remo will actually try to sustain the tempo. And like you know, this is a team that has been consistent, and I doubt if they want to sleep. Rivers, of course, have been there, and we have teams like TVC also. In the last 5 matches, they have not lost a match. And of course, last season we saw how formidable they were, and of course the continuity is actually the game where returning Benga Ogungosi, and it shows that yes, the TSC are also still in the show. So it's going to be a tight one. The second round is going to be a very tight one among the first 5 teams, and I tell you, nobody actually knows where the pendulum will swing. But for me, something tells me Remo feels it's time for them to do the trophy.
Okay, Remo Stars have been knocking on that title gate. Perhaps this is their season. Well, Vincent, just hang on, because there are more topical issues we have to really talk about on the program today, and I would want you to be a part of that conversation. Now, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, are displeased with the appointment of Eric Chelle as Super Eagles manager. All right, the student body says the appointment is not acceptable to them, and described it as a slap on the faces of many qualified Nigerian coaches. Well, these are their thoughts. They demand an immediate reversal of the appointment, or they will them back on a nationwide protest from Monday the 13th of January. Now, the students say they will take their protest to the National Assembly and coordinate their action simultaneously across the 6 geopolitical zones in the country.
Wish to categorically express our displeasure over the appointment of Eric Chelle as the new head coach of the Super Eagles. This appointment, as announced by the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF), is not only unacceptable, but also a slap in the face of our nation's abundant pool of local coaching talent. Consequently, NANS, as the voice of the Nigerian students, is compelled to organize a national protest to demand a reversal of this decision.
All right, players of the Super Eagles have thrown their weight behind the appointment of Eric Chelle. The recruitment of former Mali Gaffer has generated mixed reactions, but for the players, they are in total support and agreement with the decision of the Nigeria Football Federation. They described Chelle as a modern-day coach and a sound tactician who can support the players' dream of qualifying for the 2026 World Cup. Goalkeeper Maduka Okoye spoke exclusively with TVC News. He said the players will be working together to ensure qualification for the Mundial.
Very important games upcoming, and for sure there's also playing a mental role, but we are getting prepared for this now, and for sure we will get the win, because these are very important qualifiers, and we have to be on our best and perform on our highest level. I cannot imagine not going there, like I'm talking now for the group, for us as a team. I cannot imagine. Like you said, we started bad, but for sure we will get there. This is our goal, and we will do everything in our hands to reach that.
All right. Let me start with Vincent Akimbami now. Vincent, it seems that Chelle is or has divided Nigerians as regards his appointment. I mean, when you first heard the news, what was the first thing that came to your mind, Vincent?
Well, actually, like, you know, I'm an apostle of a Nigerian coach, but looking at the fact that Chelle is actually an African, and at this moment, like I tell you, we bring a big name coach. A big name coach can also come to Nigeria and possibly fail. And in coaching, like I always say, the most important thing is for a coach to know the use of players, to know formations to be used for such players, and to know the kind of players that can be combined to get results. So we need a big name coach. But for me, I think, and it's just good for us to just give him a chance. Let's leave aside sentiment. He has been appointed. Let's give him a chance and see what he can do with the present squad.
All right, Dr. Mitchel Obi is the former president, AIPS Africa. He's also live on the program today. Dr. Mitchel, let me start by asking you, some Nigerians believe Chelle is a right choice, considering the kind of football, his football philosophy, and how they think it can really be of help to a Nigerian team that has got lots of attacking options, while others think he's not better than the Nigerian coaches that we have in the country. What are your thoughts, Dr. Mitchel?
Yeah, thank you, Promise. And I want to join Vincent in extending the faith in our home coaches, but haven't taken a decision. It's time for us to rally around and see exactly what can be done, because the task ahead is really tough. I can't really imagine any coach who will go through this campaign without getting a certain setback, and that is the big worry. And I say to myself, if we can take the risk and confidence to back a foreign coach, why don't we invest that same amount of confidence and comfort, padding, so to speak, to our own home coaches? That way, we not only save the resources, we build capacity at home, and we expand our experience. And it will be a total joy for some of us to see a Nigerian taking us to the World Cup like we have done in the past. And that is where the argument comes. What it says to me effectively is that we don't have a vision for the future of the game in Nigeria. We are just interested in the result. And that doesn't really sync with the mandate given to the new dispensation of sports under the Sports Commission, where we are told to emphasize on development. And if we are to emphasize on development, is it developing foreign hands or developing local or domestic talents? That way, perhaps somebody got it wrong. But for the first time, interestingly, there's unanimity within the football house itself, from the technical committee to the executive committee to the leadership. They believe in Eric Chelle, a coach I have done some good work on far back in July, when the information came that Nigerians were interested in his services. I did say that welcome Eric the Green. For some, it may be an opportunity to look at the greenback, what they can gain from bringing it in. For others, perhaps an opportunity to provide a new arrangement to be part of the national team. Because for me, that is the showpiece of the sports architecture. If we can't get our national team engineering right, then we are missing even the focus. We are missing even the direction. And some will say, what is even our philosophy of development? It is clearly not what to add here. But let's take it that Chelle is here, and he understands African football. For some of us with an Afrocentric interest, we will have to see how far he goes. One mistake, and we come back to square one. That is where we have this cliff-hanging arrangement.
But again, Dr. Mitchel, you talked about development, and I remember when Nigeria missed out of the last World Cup in Qatar 2022. I mean, it really didn't taste good on the tongues of Nigerians. Now, talking about developing our Nigerian coaches, which Nigerian coach comes to mind easily or readily? Austin Eguavoen, who on the interim basis handled Nigeria's African qualifiers, was of the opinion that he would rather retain his technical director job than be given the Super Eagles job on a permanent basis. Who else, at the moment, do you think would have gotten that endorsement from Nigerians?
If the leadership of the Nigerian Football Federation went back to their file to fish out Eric Sekou Chelle after they failed to get Labadia, what it means is that they could have gone back to that same file to look at who contested against George Finidi. They didn't do that, did they? There were two coaches who came close in the contest for who should take over, where we were all unanimous in saying a Nigerian coach to lead us. When Finidi was removed, there was Amunike who has even come back home to prove that he has something to show and to give. He's home handling the club side. Chelle is yet to handle any African club. He's handled the national team of Mali. He was